The Biden administration grants temporary legal status to hundreds of thousands of Venezuelan migrants. And Volodymyr Zelenskyy will visit Washington, D.C. as Congress debates more funding for Ukraine. The Morning Rundown starts now. This is Straight Arrow News, bringing you unbiased, straight facts. Today is Thursday, September 21st. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. The Biden administration is offering deportation protections for Venezuelans already in the U.S., whether they are here legally or illegally. The announcement offers a new layer of security for roughly 500,000 Venezuelan migrants. The migrants will receive work permits and protections from deportation, just as a surge of migrants at the southern border largely consists of thousands of Venezuelans entering the U.S. daily. Under Biden's new order, Venezuela will receive temporary protected status, meaning migrants who have been inside the U.S. since July of this year will not be forced to leave and can legally work for at least the next 18 months. These protections do not apply to Venezuelans who have reached the U.S. after the end of July. Cities like New York have been asking the government to grant migrants legal status as they struggle to find space for tens of thousands of migrants, many from Venezuela. At the U.S.-Mexico border, a railway company shut down operations Wednesday after migrants were hopping trains to expedite their trip into the U.S. You can find that report at san.com. The Senate has confirmed General C.Q. Brown of the Air Force to be the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. A vote was held on Wednesday, and the confirmation passed with an overwhelming 83-11 vote. While the military promotion was a bipartisan agreement, there's been a partisan standoff between one Republican senator and Democrats that has prevented the promotions of hundreds of military members. Senator Tommy Tuberville said he would withhold the promotions as long as the military is paying for out-of-state abortions. Though Tuberville could expedite Senate confirmations, the Senate still has the power to hold individual votes to promote military members. More votes are expected today to confirm other high-ranking officers. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy will meet with President Joe Biden at the White House today after speaking to the UN Security Council yesterday. Also on the docket, a meeting with lawmakers at Congress and at the Pentagon. It's Zelenskyy's third time to visit the White House, and each trip has held the same sentiment: shore up more support for Ukraine from the U.S. Since the war began, no other country has provided more funding to Ukraine than the U.S., more than $112 billion. Republicans in Congress are expected to question Zelenskyy on how the money is being used. Biden is currently asking Congress to approve another $24 billion aid package for Ukraine. Authorities say a murder suspect in Indiana was mistakenly released from jail nearly 1 week ago and is still on the run. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says a clerical error is to blame. Law enforcement said the decision to keep it under wraps for nearly a week was part of a tactical advantage, saying they wanted to capitalize on the quietness of the situation. 2 jail record clerks have been fired after the error went unnoticed for several hours. Authorities say 28-year-old Kevin Mason called his girlfriend for a ride and walked freely on September 13th, just 2 days after being booked into jail. That girlfriend has been arrested and is being questioned by police. The U.S. Marshals Service, which was involved in the recent manhunt for a convicted murderer who escaped a Pennsylvania prison, is now helping in the search for Mason. As we head into the fall and winter seasons, the Biden administration is once again offering free at-home COVID tests, up to 4 per household. The kits can be ordered at covidtest.gov starting September 25th. Though the tests are free to receive, federal officials say it will cost $600 million to roll out another year of the at-home test. COVID cases have gradually increased over the past 9 weeks, although significantly less than prior fall seasons. COVID-related deaths remain near an all-time low, according to the latest CDC data. Finally this morning, a very special painting by the late artist Bob Ross is up for sale with a price of nearly $10 million. The painting is from the very first episode of Ross's long-running PBS show, The Joy of Painting. Titled A Walk in the Woods, the painting is listed at $9.85 million at a Minneapolis gallery. Ross painted the work in under 30 minutes during the 1983 premiere of his show, which would go on to run for 31 seasons. The work was originally auctioned off to raise money for the PBS station in Virginia where the show was filmed. A volunteer at the station bought the painting for an undisclosed price, but the art dealer believes she paid around $100. These are your top stories for this Thursday. Be sure to subscribe to our Morning Rundown podcast to listen to our show each weekday. And check out more of our work at san.com and on the Straight Arrow News app. Unbiased, straight facts, that's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.